Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about for loops in Apex. So there are two for loops we use in Apex. One is the traditional for loop, one more is the enhanced for loop. Let's go into the traditional for loops. So this is the syntax for traditional for loops. Where we use this for loop is when we want to iterate a set of records, a collection of records or a collection of elements. So we use these for loops to go each element by one. So the syntax will be for parenthesis opens, then it will be initial statements ends with a semicolon, then the condition. If the condition is satisfies, then it will comes to the block of the code and execute it, that block of code. Then it will goes to this increment statement and increment the initial value or the value that have provided in increment statement. After incrementing, it will check the condition once again. If it is true, then it will uh, go to the code block and execute the code. Then it will go again to the increment statement and again it will check the exit condition. If it is true, it will execute the code block. If after incrementing next time, if the exit condition doesn't satisfies, what happens? It will comes out of this for loop block. This for loop ends from there. So let see example and how it works will be a step procedure. I'll explain with the example. For that, I'm using this example as a simple iteration or printing of 1 to 10 numbers. So for that, I'm logging into my Salesforce account, go to developer console, and I'm using the execute analysis window for this one as well, because I don't want to save these in my metadata repository. Go to the debug, open execute anonymous window. Let's write for integer I equals to initial. I'm giving value as 0. Next, what I'll check is the condition if I less than 10. Then what I'll do, I'll increment the I value. Then I open my flower system.debug. So this is the system.debug is the statement where we'll print the values in debug log file. So what I'll do, instead of printing I'll use add the 1 to the initial value. So what it is? This is a for loop. An integer I specified the variable I and assigned the value. This is the initial statement. Then I after semicolon I wrote another statement. What it is? It's a condition which has to be satisfied to go to this block of code. Then after this block of code goes, it will goes to the increment operator. It increments the value and then again it checks the exit condition again. So let's execute this code and try what all the things we can check with this code. Debug log file. So we got 1 to 10 numbers. So instead of 1 to 10 numbers, let's suppose I want to keep it as 100. With a simple change of the one digit, I can print out values until 100. See, this is how for loop works. It will check the condition. If doesn't satisfy, this will comes out of the block. On the 100th time, what happens? It comes to 100. So it does satisfy the condition. It exits from the for loop. This is one of the traditional way of for loops. Another one is enhanced for loop. So this is where we use more repeatedly when we are writing this code. For this, it is the same, but there's a different in the syntax where it will be where we'll define a variable here. Instead of using the exist condition and increment operator, we'll assign a set of records like an array of elements and if what it happens is it will pull out each value from this set and execute the code in that code block. So I'll show it you the example for theory purpose. I'm just explaining what is enhanced for loop is. It's instead of traditional operator like initialization, exit condition, and increment values, we just simply define a variable and with using colons, and we assign the values, assign a set of records here. So let's see with an example you have a clear understanding regarding this part written in this. Okay, let's look into the code. So what is defined? It defined a set of array of records. This is the array, and the values assigned to them is at 10. What he did is after assigning the values, this my integers, this array of records. What he did, he defined another variable I and what and assigned to the array of records. So it will pull out each element in this array to the value of 5. For 1, it will put the integer value and it will debug. For 2, it will do the same in this way. Let's see the example. Execute. So we are getting values until 10 because we have the values in the code in the array until 10 only. Let's add one more. See, the numbers that he given is not order. We just simply giving displaying them. So that's why I use the different numbers. Let's execute the code once again. See, so we just display the values in that array. So in this way, we use the enhanced for loop. So instead of using this new arrangement array, we have you can use our S object or record values. Also, there is a concept called list, set, and map collections, which we use in this. Instead of using these arrays, we use those list and set collections here. It will be easy for understanding. At the topic of list and collection as well, I will brief you about this for loops as well. If you have any queries, please do comment. Thank you.